Hello dear students, welcome in the session of 10th standard SS and the lesson which we started in the previous two lectures, that is the lesson number 17, economical problem challenges, poverty and unemployment. So this is lecture number 3rd, and today in this lecture we are going to discuss about the poverty alleviation programs and related other programs, including in the poverty relation of the program with the alleviation facilities and all. So what is poverty alleviation program? Let's see out here, that is poverty. Now see, before maintaining this course, I would like to just tell you that if you have not seen my videos further, that you may go and you must see the videos also, video number 1 and video number 2 of the same chapter, which will also give you a detailed theory and introduction also related to poverty and the challenges too here. Now poverty alleviation program. What is poverty alleviation? Okay, what is poverty alleviation and how it is working? That also is a basic thing which we will actually discuss in this chapter. And along with the poverty alleviation, we will also understand that along with what kind of basic factors this alleviation program is actually programmed out and it is working out, which kind of basic other relative factors are there, that also I'll make you understand. For example, in this chapter we'll study about Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. So what kind of Krishi Sinchai Yojana means what? That is irrigation facilities. I'll just write one of the heading here, that is Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. In the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, we'll understand about the irrigation facilities and all. And same as other yojanas are also there. One by one, I'll be making you to understand all of the yojanas. But before that, we need to understand what is PAP, that is Poverty Alleviation Program. See, in order to make the poverty come out from the villages, from the sectoral areas and all, we need to make successful government. And in that case, the rural and the urban people living below the poverty line should get direct financial benefits, and in the form of various we can say welfare schemes. So schemes are programmed and they are actually working inside the villages, inside the towns, cities, areas, and also for the people who are actually coming under the below poverty line. So that's how people suffering from poverty improves their agriculture. They can improve their agriculture, and also they can be going more further in the upliftment of their own benefits regarding farm, regarding their check dams, regarding their own area, sowing of the crops, and they can be also going more to the conditional way. That's how we can see that upliftment of the rural area can be generated out, which will also give them the security of food. It will also provide the education. It will also go more further to get the development skills to here, and also through the trainings and all, economical condition can be also improving out. So presently the central government is working on this kinds of program, that is known as the poverty alleviation program. Now in this in this program, as I said to you, that cities are also focused as well as villages are also focused. Skilled laborers are also focused and graduated laborers are also focused. But apart from that, it is also to try to improve the living standard. Improvement of the living standard of the poor people or the poor cities are actually the thing which we need to conquer here. And if you talk about geographically, infrastructure development and reduction of unemployment, poverty, all these kinds of things are basic agenda of this poverty alleviation program. Now you might be thinking, or you might be getting that how the government is always ready to focus on that. Then in that case, you should understand that in the poverty alleviation program, government is trying to make every possibilities for the common people and for the general people too. Therefore, poverty alleviation program schemes are actually divided into basic sections. Now, which are the sections? Okay, as we know that everything is divided into the sections. Now, why do we need sections? Actually, sections will make us to understand that what is actually the criteria to work stepwise. Okay, section wise, if you divide something, then it is also showing the criteria to work out, and same as the schemes are also being divided out. So section wise if we talk out, then we will discuss one by one section. One is wage based employment. The second comes self-employment program. Then next other comes the programs related to the food, employment and other also security. The fourth one comes with the employments program related to the social safety too. And the fifth one is, that is program of relation with the poverty eradication, as well as we can say that presently the series of programs are implemented to remove the poverty from India, and also these 5 sections are actively working with the main objectives of the following schemes, and therefore we can say the discussion of the programming of this all the 5 schemes are working under different objectives. Now that objectives can be yojanas, as I made you understand ki self employment, how it will generate, self program sector, self reliance sector, self security, food and all, how it will generate, it will generate under the schemes. So which schemes are there, which schemes are there? Okay, देखो, first of all you need to understand, if today now also if you are confused, then I can tell you what, that this poverty alleviation program, okay, this poverty alleviation program is actually working under 5 sections. Okay, now these 5 sections are consisting basic amount of the yojanas. Okay, in these 5 sections these yojanas are there, or these yojanas are actually regarding with this 5 sections, that thing which we are gonna learn today. So that's how we can say this, all the things of the benefits related to agriculture, related to product, related to the irrigation, food security, organic farming, selling of the products, selling of the agricultural products and all, buying of that, direct income, earning income, and also it which can be helping to improve the condition can be focused out in this all kinds of yojanas. So as I made you to understand about first yojanas, we'll be moving to the next all the kinds of yojanas also, which is actually mentioned inside your textbook, and that's how you can be also making it more beneficial for you, as well you will also get the proper knowledge about these kinds of yojanas. Now one is farm safety insurance, okay, INSURANCE. Now what is farm safety insurance plan? Let me discuss out here. See, that is farm safety plan. Okay, now in this farm safety plan we can say that safety is actually given to the farm or the farmers. Okay, that is the farm safety plan. In this plan the insurance is provided. Now next comes the National Drinking Water Program, that is the fresh water program, National Drinking Program. Okay, I'm just writing a short form. I'll discuss with all kinds of things, but before I discuss, you need to just focus on these kinds of programs. And furthermore, the fourth one is that is e-name scheme also. Now what is e-name scheme? That is actually also the topic which we need to understand. E-name scheme. Okay, these all are the basic thing. Some more are there, but first of all we'll have to discuss this much only. See, if you talk about in the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, the combat of the water problem is being discussed out, and clearly it is being getting also that how to sort out with the water. In such types of steps have been also taken that farmers saves the dangers from the product, and farmers should be also making their agriculture product very useful for their generally economical profits and all, and debit, and they can also generally they cannot become the debtor, they can actually generally become free person who is actually earning from the villages, who is actually earning from the farms and all. So that's how the vicious cycle of the poverty is providing them employment also and fulfill their income too. Second comes the farm safety insurance plan, farm safety yojana, by providing the farmers to the helping natural in the helping time with the natural calamities or any kind of other forest fire and whatever is happening at the time, the farmers are getting some amount of bonus money from the government. At the purchase of cotton also concessions are given there, loss and damage is also recovered here. Crops like we can say Kshiti Mukt Krushi Bhav Panch has been also based out. Kshiti Mukt means what? It is out of the danger, and whenever your crop is in the danger, government will be giving you. It means a stabilized prices, or the price segment is also set for the allocation of the farm safety yojanas and all, so that farmer could be also easily working on that. Now next comes the drinkable water, National Drinkable Water Program. This program is providing every field. Actually, it is actually providing water to every field, your house, my house, farming, industry, every field. Why? Because it is actually improving the existing nature, and also it is improving the canal network too here. To stop soil erosion, we need to develop the trees, but to stop trees falling down or deforestation, we need to develop the water, or we need to give the proper supply of the water, so that afforestation can be also taking place, and the pond digging, then we can say like other parts of well diggings and all, tribunal areas and all basically could be working well with the water logins and all. So structure of tanks have been also constructed in this program, especially conservation of rainwater, means rainwater harvesting, watershed development, which I taught you in the lesson number 11, water resources is also focused out. Check dams are built out, and also people are getting employment due to their good amount of water flow, and their business is also going on, as well farmers also getting good amount of crops too here. So the state government is actually providing, see, the state government has also provided the finance at the lowest rate, in which poverty elimination can be also somehow seen out. So since last 10 years, government has been organizing poverty welfare fair for helping the farmers at the domestic level also, and to make them become to the national level also. Means now farmers are also trying to improve well, and they're also trying to go on a track where everything could be possibly working out, and their general improvement inside the livelihood should be also going well here. So these are the general kinds of programs here, my dear student. Now if you move to the ENAM scheme, what is ENAM scheme? See, generally as we know that government is trying to go online, or government is trying to go with the smart and effective tool, and the government is also trying to make everything possible. So in this case, we can say in the page number like 137, you can focus that ENAM scheme, under this progressive policies, agriculture market has been also set up for the farm, in which farmers may get products listed according to their needs. Online trading bids are also done from any places and all, and generally we can say that objectives of this plan is to save farmers from the loss faced due to the mediators, the intermediators, the people who are actually taking the crop and giving the crop to the market. Means some people are there who are just taking the profit, there's some just taking the commissions and all. So these kinds of brokers are also boycotted in this, and more of the remuneration, earnings, economical profit is done to the farmer, not to the brokers. So sorry, that's also is a general thing which is related with the ENAM scheme, online ENAM scheme. And apart from that, we can say, if you talk about this kinds of development, thus the steps have been also working out to get maximum yield from the croppings too. Maximum yield from the cropping means farmers should be getting maximum earning from the croppings, and there should be no any kind of intermediator between these kinds of policies or between these kinds of schemes also. So government can be also working very much properly there. So as I made you understand in the first lecture, Gram Uday to Bharat Uday, how is this possible? See, some of the yojanas are there. So we can understand the next topic, that is Gram Uday to Bharat Uday. As I made you understand that such programs are actually working in the villages, the farmer provides the oriental plantations and all basic things. Loss of the farmers are also faced by the government, and due to sometimes wild animals, due to natural calamities and all, the economically crisis are can be seen. So government is actually protecting their crops also by giving some kinds of insurance schemes and all, because in the rainy season, in the season like heavy wind, in the season like animals are coming and all, so basically these kinds of things are actually ruined out. So farmers are getting some amount of help from the government here. Now if you talk about provisions, the provisions is made actually for these kinds of programs and to maintain the record of the land survey also. It means that online registration for the land surveys are done, and the farmers are safely feeling to get their land back if there is any kind of problems. Along with that, they also get the help in the availability of the finance related. At the low rate of the interest, machines are provided to them. Mechanized machines are provided to them. For example, we can say that they also get tractors, then mini tractors, then threshers, and lots of kinds of this thing which is actually needable inside the farm, and actually which is needable inside the cropping agency areas and all. So that plantation of the crops can be also done by the computerized organized system. This is also actually given by the government, and furthermore, you can be working with the good tenancy of the work using the smart and good technology like greenhouse farming. You can be going with the irrigation facilities and all, drip irrigation and all. So that's how the capacity of the village and the farmers are continuously trying to be improved by the government as well. At the same time, permanent property is also set up at the rural areas for the people who are living inside the rural areas. Therefore, we can say central as well as states government are actually trying to save farmers from becoming from debt by the other kinds of the we can say issues and schemes too here. Therefore, here the farmers are safely protected by the government. So that is only the thing which I was always talking about. Gram Uday means Gram Uday to Bharat Uday. If the gram is actually going well, then the Bharat will be also going well. In that condition, everybody will be living prosperously in their life. Now, Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana. What is this Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana? Dekho, we need to understand that these schemes are working, okay, but the schemes are working under some kinds of provisional government too here. Now, in the past days, Deen Dayal Upadhyay was there, no? So in his name, we have made all the kinds of yojanas. So Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana. This plan is actually effortlessly, or we can say it is an effort to supply electricity. Jyoti means what? Gram Jyoti means Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana. Jyoti means the light, and we are actually making 24/7 day the light present at their home, because without that in the ancient time 24/7 there were no any kind of lights. So without that, the people of that area or medically also they must be suffering well. So therefore, the electricity line has been taken more than 18,000 of the villages, and that's how today we can say that, okay, which is actually not the scheme which was actually working in the ancient time, but right now the electricity have been making with the subsections and all, and now electricity has been provided to the village to village with the subsidies also to purchase the electricity and electrical equipment also related to the agriculture sector and related to the electrical board sector too here. Therefore, we can say that Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana is the yojana which is actually helping the farmers, and also it is helping the people, or it is also actually helping these kinds of schemes too, which are already preloaded by the Indian government. And that's how we can say that some subsidiary yojanas are also there. The schemes are also organized by the subsidiary yojanas, like we can say One Bandhu Kalyan yojanas are there, and other many kinds of yojanas are also there. So we can say subsidiary schemes are also there, including One Bandhu Yojana, in which dairy employment schemes are there for the development of creeper crops, agricultural plantation, construction of the pandals and all. Then lots of kinds of farming and farming agencies are relating with that. So Samras, we can say, in this area, in this generally information, we can say that generally Samras hostels are also built up, ashrams are also built up for the kids who needed to go and study there. So these all things are actually working as an employment generating factor in the future. Okay, and the fifth topic says that encouragement to organize the organic farm. Organic farm means where the chemical substance are not used out, arsenic substance are not used out, lead substance are not used out, and we use a compound which is generally made by the nature, decomposed by the nature. And that's how we can say that somehow in this like as I mentioned you, subsidiary under the scheme of One Bandhu, the Adivasi people are getting education, guidance, food, clothes, hostels also, and same as we can say encouragement to the organic farmings are also done in the fifth number of the scheme. So page number 37-38 shows you the fifth number of the scheme, in which we can say it is helping to the farmers in the registration and paying of their fees also. Apart from that, helping in purchasing the farm products too. So that's how organic farming is working out. Trainings and the educations are also given there to the farmers, and finance at the low rate of the interest are also given there, so that they can support their personal life too. Arrangement for the setting of proper market is done, and along with the Environment Protection Act, regulations, theories are also taught to them, so that knowingly or unknowingly they should not waste the resources, and also they should not somehow hurt the nature. So these kinds of yojanas are there which I am discussing in this lecture. And fifth, not the last here, that is Chief Minister Village Road Scheme. It means that like Gram, we can say Pradhan Mantri Sadak Yojana. Under this planning, is done regarding the work related to road. Village panchayats were also helped to connect the roads with the villages and all with each another. Broader roads were connected to the district roads are connected to the we can say taluka roads and all. So this is all the systematic theory of the road, where we can easily access from one place to another under the scheme of Chief Minister Village Road Schemes too here. Because whenever we are in the hurry, whenever we are needing any kind of emergency backup, if our location is in village and if the roads are not good enough, then vehicles, ambulances cannot be coming inside, and especially industries cannot set up there inside due to just lack of the road facilities. So we need to build up the road also. So these are the basic yojanas which we are discussing in the chapter number part 3, and also we are discussing about in the schemes related to the policies. Now see my dear student, India is worth a place where we need to live, and not only we need to live, we also need to understand that India is a place where we just generate the employment. Why? Because India needs the employment. India will stand up itself, nothing is needing, but we need to generate the employment. But employment is only the factor which is needing all the other things. So therefore we need to focus on all the other things also. So on the page number 138, it is showing you the last paragraph, the 7th one, Ma Annapurna Yojana. Under this program, absolute poor, okay, absolute poor means a person who is earning less than 126 rupees per day. Absolute poor families are people living below poverty line. Cities areas are provided by giving 35 kg food grain per family every month. 35 kg of the kilogram of the food grains every month. Especially Gujarat government is also which is provided free of cost to the poor people also, and in the Gujarat we can say we are providing free of cost, especially to the middle class people also. We are giving like 5 kg of the food grain at the low rate interest, and also in which wheat is given at the cost of rupees 2 per kg, rice 3 per kg, and fair price shops are actually earning like more and more internally also and helping to government too here. So it means that fair price shop are actually one of the blessings given from the government. And not only my dear students, this is the blessing, but this is also one of the theory where the schemes are actually working out, and which is working as a boon for the people, so which is providing free cost of materials also. So therefore we can say that at the fair price shop, 3.82 crore people who are actually covered under the schemes get benefits of the food security bill too. And because of a large sum of the money spent over the food, it will be also literally saved to out here. So objective behind is that to bring happiness to the people. At least if we can provide the houses, we can at least provide the things which can improve their health or the lifestyle too. So this is the Ma Annapurna Yojana, 7th topic. Now we have to move on the 8th topic here. Now what is 8th topic is depending upon, and what is 8th topic is telling you. The 8th topic is that Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana. Objectives of this scheme is to stop migration, as I made you to understand in my previous first and second lecture of this same chapter, that is Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana, in which the migration of the people from village to city are stopped out. How? They are actually accessing the villages, and they are making villages as a smart village, so that people could stay in the villages and adopt their constituency also. So therefore we can say either the parliamentary is working on the education, health, employment facilities and all, but they're also working on the villages. So they actually set up an ideal village, a proper village, other than these to create a permanent public asset. So here, so therefore development opportunities are also given inside the villages, and the people interest is also sustained well inside the village, and that is how it can be also uplifting the village lifestyle, and human development programs can be also working out there. So this is like creating opportunity in the Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana, and people are who going out of the village and all, they are somehow subjected to stay in the village only, and that's how it can be working out. So these are the basic thing, my dear student, which we are actually understanding, and which are also understanding in this factor, in this categorized theory. The government is trying to improve well, but what the improvement, what kind of improvement we are in use of if it is not helping to the poor people? So we should always try to help to the poor people, and we should not go on the track of corruption, on the track of revenge, on the track of we can say like hoarding, smuggling and all. Now if you are not getting employment, if you are not getting general money, if you are not getting your schemes and all, then what you could do? If you need to work and earn, okay, what you like in this case, at which level you need to move, what you will do. See, some factors of this relative theories are designed in the yojanas and schemes also, which is actually the guarantee of the government where the people are getting the employment. Manrega, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment and Guarantee Act, that is Manrega. Now what is actually Manrega? Okay, देखो, employment which is actually oriented in Manrega program has been popularized with the slogan of our village, Hamara Gaon, okay, like that. So are working with along the reasonable prices, and also we can say objective of Manrega is to enhance the livelihood of the families, adult living in the rural areas also, and the states also who can actually work physically, they can be employed in this thing. So therefore this is also willing you to give the work. Now for the purpose of giving every family the work, it also guarantees the wage employment for at least 100 days, 7 hours per day. तो आपको कहीं ना कहीं 100 days का एक काम मिल सकता है यहाँ पे, that is 7 hours per day you have to work out in that. Now in the financial year, अगर हम बात करते हैं financial year, the government has fixed the wages rates accordingly as per daily wages. हर दिन की तरह आपको ये पे किया जाता है, and government is trying to pay, not only just pay you, government is trying कि under this kinds of schemes and Manrega, government is trying to pay you daily on the wages. Now when the government is paying you daily on the wages, government also needs some kinds of work daily on the wages. And see here my dear students, if the government is failed to give you the work, though you are assigned to get the work, then government should pay you in this yojana also. So therefore yojanas are actually mentioned in this construction of, we can say, personal toilet, then roadways. See which kind of yojanas are coming there. इसमें क्या होता है, see we need to understand, रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन हो रहा है या फिर टॉयलेट मेकिंग, सरकारी योजना एंड ऑल, तो उसमें कुछ आपको लोग दिखते होंगे. आई एम यूजिंग हिंदी बिकॉज आई कैन मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड. तो जो लोग होते हैं ना माय डियर स्टूडेंट, जो गांव से आते हैं और कमिंग फ्रॉम द विलेज, वो वहाँ पे काम करते हैं, मजदूर, दे आर कॉल्ड एज द लेबर्स एंड ऑल, तो उनको डेली का दिया जाता है. तो दे आर एक्चुअली वर्किंग अंडर द महात्मा गांधी रूरल एम्प्लॉयमेंट गारंटी एक्ट योजना, दैट इज Manrega Yojana. So literally we can say that this Yojana is also working in the construction of the villages, of the personal toilet, personal wells work, then here living lands, and also horticulture labor working in India, and Indian zones and all this, all the things are also actually working under the Manrega. Also Awas Yojanas are working out there, means Pradhan Mantri घर योजनाज आर देयर, उसमें भी ये कहीं ना कहीं योजना काम करता है. यानी कि जो लोग अभी भी घर बना रहे हैं लोगों के, इंक्लूडिंग प्रधानमंत्री योजना एंड ऑल, तो वो भी मनरेगा के अंदर ही आ रहे हैं. एंड दैट्स हाउ कैटल शेड, मेकिंग ऑर्गेनिक मैन्योर, लीविंग लैंड एंड ऑल, देन शेड्स फॉर द कॉक्स, द गोट्स, यार्ड फॉर द ड्राई फिश, ड्राइंग ऑफ द फिश एंड ऑल, बेसिकली एवरीथिंग इज एक्चुअली डन, क्लीनिंग ऑफ द कैनल्स एंड ऑल, ये सब कुछ आता है मनरेगा योजना. देयरफॉर वी कैन से by giving the guarantee to the unemployed person about this kinds of yojanas, government is giving them better amount of food and cloth also, and furthermore they can be getting the dwelling too here. So this is the basic concept which we are actually discussing in this lecture, and this is the today's last part of the lecture, or we can say point, that is the 9th point which we discussed about Manrega. Okay, we discussed about Manrega, that is MANREGA, okay, that we have discussed in the Manrega Yojanas and all. Furthermore, we'll be going to the 4th topic also. You need to focus on that, and we'll understand about the conceptualized theory depending over the 4th topic. So till then you can keep revising, and you can also go with your own detailed knowledge, keep practicing with your economics. Take care. Jai Hind.